Okay, today I'm going to be installing Jim's ForceFlow fan on my 2020 Harley Davidson Tri-Glide. So this is the 2020 Harley Davidson Tri-Glide. I'll be installing the Jim's ForceFlow fan on right there where the horn goes right there. If it normally takes a person about 2 or 3 hours to do a job, you can just double that for me. It'd be 4 to 6 hours to do a job, because whatever can go wrong usually does go wrong, and so I have to be governed accordingly. Now, I read the instructions about 3 times because it says on the instructions, read these instructions, important, before you start, and so I did, and I comprehended about 1/8 of it. So now I will go attempt to install Jim's ForceFlow fan on the Tri-Glide, and then if I get stuck, I guess I'll just go read the instructions. Okay, here's it out of the box. Got some acorn nuts, some nylon nuts, a bolt, and a bracket, and a couple electrical plug-ins, and that goes to the battery, and that orange one, of course, is going to plug into that guy, I suppose, from what instructions I read. All right, and then here's the cool flow fan. And that's the relay right there. We'll see what happens to that. And then the back side of the fan here, we've got the fan and some works there. All right, looks pretty simple, but you know, that goes with me. All right, let's go to it. Okay, well, I'm supposed to go in and disconnect the battery and take the tank off, so all right, well, I'll try that and get back to you. Wow, that's a first. Seat came off good. Tank came off really good. Couldn't believe how easy it was. I've taken a lot of tanks off my days, and they are hard. But this one was pretty easy. Okay, we'll start with just taking that horn assembly apart and see what's happening there. Okay, so I got the horn removed, and now they want me to remove the horn bracket right here. So that's what I'm doing right now, just kind of removing the horn bracket. And got a little clamp there. I'll get that in a minute. But anyway, that's what they want you to do, remove that bracket. Okay, so here's the cool flow fan, and the acorn nuts were torqued down to 12 to 15 foot-pounds. And we got the little rubber mounts there, and the bracket there facing that way, and underneath we got 2 nylon nuts torqued down to 12 to 15 nuts. Now I'm going to go mount it on the bike. Okay, so I got it all back together, and if you notice this hole right there, that's for the horn plug right there. You can plug that little horn plug in that hole there, as you can see, like that. And this is just going to mount back up here on top there with the original horn mounting bracket nut and bolt. So I'm going to put that on and I'll get back to you. Okay, so I got the horn, the fan mounted on the bracket, and then got it mounted to the old bracket bolts, and you torque those down at 35 to 40 foot-pounds, and the on-off switch there. Oh, so I ran into a problem with this thermostat that they give you in the kit. They want you to mount it to the top rocker box, take a bolt out, and then put their bolt in with the spacer on it. And well, I just couldn't find a room. There just wasn't room underneath there. Everything was in the way. Like, I tried like a half an hour, and I just couldn't figure it out. So what I did was I grabbed the instructions, and there's a number down there to call. So I called Jim's. They're on the same time zone as I am on the West Coast here, and to my surprised, I got a human being, and they answered right away. And so I was able to talk to him for quite some time about the issue. And I explained to him what was going on, and he explained to me that it should fit. Then he put me on hold and talked to somebody and came back, and I talked to him some more. Put me on hold again and came back, and he finally told me that Jim's doesn't make a ForceFlow fan to fit the 2020 model. So I looked everywhere to mount this thing, and I just couldn't come up with it. So I asked him if I could, just cut this thing out and bypass it, so I just have the on and off switch. And he said, yeah, you can do that. And I said, well, how do you do it? Of course, he says, I can't tell you that because I'd be liable. So I said, okay. Besides that, he said it would void your warranty on the Jim's Flow fan. And, well, I really wanted this fan on there. I'm going to put it on there. So I had a friend of mine across the street come over, and he's an expert in wiring and stuff like that. So we did it. We just snipped this guy out. We cut him out of the circuit. And now I'm going to mount it, and it's just going to have an on and off switch. I can turn it on and off whenever I feel like it. And I'm going to mount it directly to the battery with the orange wire that they had and the black wire. And then this plugs into the fan unit itself. And this is a relay, and we determined that even in the off position, this does not draw anything from the battery. Some relays do draw while the ignition's off, and this one doesn't. So, yeah, so I'm going to put it all together now, and hopefully it'll work. Okay, here's the fan kind of mocked up there, but I got the wires. Hopefully you can see behind there. I don't know. Wires in there. I got zip tied to a point where they don't touch the back cylinder, and it comes up right between and up into the trough. And let's look at the other side. See if I can get a better picture on the other side. And I don't know if you can see any better, but it's not touching the cylinder at all. And that's kind of wired in there real heavy, or not real heavy, but so it ain't going to move, let's put it that way. And it's not touching the cylinder, and it's coming up between the cylinders there. Right there it is. So, and the horn wire's tucked up way up underneath there. So I think it'll work. Hopefully it'll work. It better work. Okay, so I'm going to use my Dremel tool and cut out a little bit right there for that wire to fit in the trough. Okay, so I took the Dremel tool, cut it, and I ground it down to smooth. And I didn't get any of the wires, so we'll see how that works now. Okay, I got the fan wire laid down in the trough right there. The piece I cut out, and I got it laid pretty flat on the left side, and it's going all the way down to the back. Now I can put the shroud back on. Okay, so here's the top piece that I had found out I had to cut another slot out. So there is quite a bit better cut out right there. So I like that a lot better. Quite a bit cut out. I like that a lot better. And it's just not real tight, and none of the wires are touching the cylinder. Now hopefully my gas tank will go on okay. Okay, the trough shroud is down, and it's looking real good. I'm real happy with the looks of it. And now we can finish the wiring on the battery here. Okay, I got the terminal wires from the fan hooked to the battery and neatly tucked away, and also got the relay in a place neatly tucked away and cushioned. Now I will reinstall the seat in the tank. Okay, I'm finished. Got the seat on, tank, fuse back in, and the bike is off. And now my switch right here to the Jim's Flow fan works good. So yeah, it took me a long time to hide the wires, and so I researched this fan for about 3 weeks and somehow came to the conclusion that this would fit my bike. And it actually does fit my bike, except for the thermostat, which I really didn't want anyway. So I just rewired it my way, and I'm happy with the outcome. However, it did void my warranty, which is a whopping 6-month warranty. So I'm just going to show you a couple things that probably threw me off in my research. After reading advertisements and going to YouTube watching stuff on Jim's ForceFlow fan, I decided finally to go to their website. And I still had in my mind that this would fit my Tri-Glide. Anyway, this is a page taken right off Jim's website there. I'm going to zoom in on the left corner there. Okay, so I'm on the website, and I just mistook all this. So it says use on 2017 present Milwaukee 8 Touring. Well, that's me. I'm a Milwaukee 8, but black cylinder head fan kit, 5468, and that's what I bought. And I just didn't read far enough into it, I guess. Use on look at this one over here. Use on 1999, 2016 twin cam touring models and other models with some fabrication. Huh. Well, I had to fabricate my 5468, which I'm happy with. And after the fact, I had the trouble. I started going back looking at some of this stuff, and look what I found right here. Somehow I just missed it. Not for twin cooled models with liquid cooled heads. Milwaukee 8 114. So somehow I just missed all that stuff. Also, the fan unit has a built-in horn in it. You just take your spade terminals that was on your Harley Davidson wiring harness and you plug it into the spade terminals that come off the ForceFlow fan. Jim supplied a inline 15 amp fuse for when you connect it up to the battery, so I have a fused wire going to the ForceFlow fan. And my whole really goal was I just really wanted to turn it on and off whenever I wanted, so I'm glad I got rid of that thermostat. And also, I don't think you have to worry about running your battery down if you leave the fan on, because you're not going to get off that thing and hear that fan running and walk away. So to run your battery, you're going to shut it off. It snowed 8 inches last night, so the first good day out there wet, or I don't really care what it is, I'll be out there riding. It's about 36 degrees out right now. All right, well, that's the end of the movie. I hope you enjoyed it.